Hey YouTube, this is Other Prepper 1 and welcome to Boots on the Ground. Got a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. Heard from a friend who manages several senior centers in our county. They serve free meals every weekday, but it's only for those 60 and over. He told me with tears in his eyes that they're having increased problems with younger people trying to sneak in just to get a meal. At times, they've had to call the police. Staff is now putting together small boxes of food to have on hand for them. They are doing this on their own and bringing whatever they can spare from home. We have the strike, railroad workers. Could be a strike in mid-September, so keep your eye on that. I'm a truck driver out of Texas today and went to the Purina Pet Food Factory in Oklahoma. I've been here for a dozen times or more. They always have been a max weight load of 45,300 pounds. Not today. The load weight was 18,876. That is less than half a load. I took the load to a Walmart distribution center. Stock up if you can find the pet food your animal needs. That is crazy because they do not like running trucks not totally maxed out. This is from another long-haul truck driver. He works for a small company. I've been there for 6 months. I run a dedicated route from Indiana to Texas every week. Here's a list of things going on that I'm experiencing. I have to pick the same load up going to Texas, which hasn't changed, but loads going back are getting hard to find. So basically, a guaranteed thing to Texas, and then what their company tries to do is find something to bring him home, so he's not just driving his trailer home and not getting any money. The company's basically running me all over just to pick up a cheap or not desirable load outside my normal route. I have had to run an empty trailer many times for long distances just to go get a load. Most places I pick up from are long waits. I've waited 6 hours at one place, 4 at another, and 7 hours all within the past few months. We run on appointment time, so all the loads are supposed to be ready to go by the time I get there. Sometimes the items are coming off the assembly line, not even put on pallets, not even shrink wrap, ready to go while I'm at the dock. I keep being told that they are warehouse dock worker shortages. I also think shippers are lying to trucking companies saying the load will be ready just to get them to ship their product and book the load. But when the drivers show up on time, the load is not ready. Also, parking at the Pilot or Flying J was $15. Now it's $17 for a semi. To use the scale used to be $11. Now it's $13. Showers are $15. They used to be $10. The amount of road rage I see is astronomical. I constantly see cars passing in the shoulders or even grass just because they're impatient. Nobody respects 18-wheelers whatsoever. Also seeing lots of drivers driving damaged cars because they probably can't afford the insurance deductible, or they probably don't even have insurance. The DOT scale houses are cracking down on trucks now because states need extra revenues. They will write you a ticket from one marker light being out. But I'm seeing less and less city and county police on the streets. Even state troopers are only out if they have to. I'm hearing from other drivers that companies cannot afford to fix anything on their trucks or trailers, so they're only fixing major problems or telling drivers to drive even if a service engine lights are on, or bald tires, or shoddy airlines, etc. Our rate for electricity just increased. My bill used to be $80. My bill is $180.13, and part of this bill is still under the older, lower rate. This is from a person that sends me lots of things. I want to begin with this. The fires are not coincidence. This is referring to the food processing plant. Control the food, control the people. Bird flu is just an excuse. They want to eliminate all meat sources. We must eat bugs. I've read articles about cockroach milk, maggot sausage. Also look under the nutritional on the package of something you have purchased. I know General Mills food states bioengineered food ingredients. So she sends a lot of things that really aren't boots on the ground. Boots on the ground are more what you're seeing and feeling. These are more articles, but they're still interesting to read. I don't talk about them a lot because this is boots on the ground. What you're seeing in your area, not really just news articles. I do get sent news articles and I appreciate it because a lot of times the news articles are from people in their area and they want me to know what's going on in their area. This company called Zip is offering loans for Uber Eats purchases. Order food and pay over 6 weeks. This will not end well. This is insanity. Financing your dinner. This is from MK out in Sydney, our Australian reporter, she sent me a lot of things. Just basically, I will sum it up to you. The news has been reporting a lot of price hikes. So we're getting price hikes here. Australia's getting price hikes there. A lot of information is coming about the Borden impending plant closure. It's going to leave about 100 school districts without milk for their students. This is a huge story. And it's going to be detrimental to small school districts. They're going to try to find out where they can get their milk from. This is another, I've got a lot of information. Walmart is canceling orders to help it right-size inventory excess. So what's basically happening is Walmart has a glut of stuff. First of all, they were a lot of stuff in shipping overseas, finally got here. Secondly, the economy is not what Walmart thought it was going to be when they placed millions and millions of dollars of orders. So some of their new orders are just canceling because they do not need the inventory. So this is going to cause some problems down the road, maybe some layoffs. Here in central Alabama, in our small town, about 12,000, the local Walmart is hit and miss. Definitely lower quantities of many things, especially bread, pasta, peanut butter, soft drinks, water, meat, ice cream, and so on. Last week, the bread aisle was about 80 to 90% empty. 2 days later, it was nearly full. They're saying a lot of the great value brands are hard to find, and that's probably because they're the cheapest and people are hurting, so they're looking for the cheapest product out there. They also talk about restaurants. We're just about finished using fast or slow food. The prices are just up, and away. A lot of the sit-down places, you know, you're going to spend 35 to 45. Also, the fast food has just gone crazy. A lot of people are saying they're not going to be going back to restaurants. They want to support local restaurants, but the price that people are charging, they can't afford it. The Dollar General in their area, disaster with new products in the carts, totes, boxes, clogging or blocking the aisles. Many items are scattered and out of place. Price tags are way behind, or some don't even have price tags. There's rarely more than 2 employees in the store. So yes, Dollar General is hurting. My company runs labels for product ranging from food and drink to vehicle oil to laundry detergent for all the big name products in all forms, from Coke to Procter to Gamble and a Mobile One. Today I opened an email before clocking in from the CEO and had this. They are closing one of our locations in the South, with all of those employees being terminated by November of 2022. They are mildly anticipating this is going to happen even further to other of their plants. Thankful right now it's not occurring at my plant. So more layoffs. As a landlord in Nashville, Tennessee, we had to go through the eviction process for the first time. Today was the day the tenant was supposed to leave, but he wasn't showing any signs that he was moving out. When I called the sheriff's office to find out our next step, I was told we had to file another form with the county clerk. The clerk's office told me once the paper was filed, it would be 1 to 2 weeks before the sheriff's office would be able to come force the tenant out. When I asked why it would take that long, she said everyone is evicting everyone, so it's taking longer than usual. I was told it's normal to take a couple days, but there are so many evictions happening, it's going to be 1 to 2 weeks. And we are just going down that road of evictions. I think it's going to get worse. This person's an HVAC contractor and an installer, and he has warned not getting any of the electric monitoring systems that they like to put on your system so they could turn it off if they need to save power. He says the internet toys are nice, but you can lose control of your items. My wife and I ordered 2 quarter pounders, a medium fry, a small fry, a large milkshake, and another milkshake. It was $27.80. Never again am I doing that. More and more people. At this rate, there's going to be no one eating out. Another one. My boyfriend and I ate today at a small place. I got a burrito, a fajita, some sodas, basket of chips with salsa. Total bill was $58.99, not including tips. This afternoon they stopped at a coffee shop and he got 2 coffees and some cakes. Now granted, they said the cakes were really big pieces, large pieces, but the bill before the tip came to $30.96. Needless to say, we've decided we're done eating out at restaurants, although we love to support the local restaurants. At these prices we can't anymore. I have probably received 50 of these in the last month or two. And I have felt it too. I've gone to restaurants and then after paying the bill, I'm like, probably could do better at the house. This person sent an email a few weeks ago about the increased electrical rates for EverSource, and they went into effect August 1st. Some of our friends have recently gotten their electric bill, and wow, one friend went from her normal bill of about $140. Her new bill is $470. Another friend went from a normal bill of $300 to $350 to $842. A couple other friends said they were an additional $200 on their bill. Now remember that they all received their bill anywhere from 2 weeks ago till now, so they're only paying half or more the new price increase. So next month's bills are going to be even more outrageous. How are people supposed to pay these bills and when food prices have doubled, gas is up, and everything in between? I'm really worried for the elderly people that are on a fixed income. We have been in the dark at night since August 1st. We've been using flashlights, and my parents, who are retired on fixed income, have been using headlamps at night. We are trying to reduce our usage and save money on these ridiculous electric bills. My heart goes out to you. These are unbelievable prices. I do not know how elderly people on fixed incomes are going to make it. This person says, I've lived my entire life on the southern New Mexico and southern Arizona area. Criminal activity has increased 100% since I was a child. I live in Tucson and in a moderate middle-class neighborhood. I purchased an outdoor pottery heater to enjoy the evenings and have a little enclosed fire. Two women came by and they asked them if they would sell the little heater, outdoor pottery heater. And I said no. And the women said, we'll just come back tonight and take it. Her response was, try it. So yes, people are being emboldened. Criminals are have no fear of law enforcement, as evidence every day that they cannot keep up with the demand of criminals. Heads up, we have stocked up on Old Roy dog bones, similar to milk bones. We just had a swarm of pantry moths hatch out from an open box. Never thought about them being infested. Only worried about our human food. We bagged all of them, about 3 boxfuls, in Ziploc bags and chucked them into our spare freezer. Next, we'll be setting traps all around our supplies. This is just a heads up to anyone stocking up on dog treats or dog food. Remember, they'll be carrying bugs too. We never thought about it, and hindsight is so obvious. I went into the Dollar General in Greenville. I have pictures attached. The entire fridge area is empty. Now, mind you, they are all working and it's cold inside of them. I got to the register and the employee said, oh, they're empty because they aren't working right. She says, I confirmed that was a lie. Prep now or it will be too late. It's definitely probably broken and not working up to their satisfaction. So, I'm getting tons and tons of pictures of freezers down or freezers just barely have anything in them because they're being sold out. I would like to report that we've seen repeated outages and low stocking of lunch meat and produce from time to time at our Walmart in Simpsonville, South Carolina. We smartly use coupons when we can. We are beginning to see restaurants that have signs on their doors they no longer accept coupons of any kind, adding to the fact they are raising their prices. We now have a local mom and pop restaurant that has published new menus with no prices so they can change the prices as needed. I'm seeing a lot of the restaurants doing that. They're just putting the menus out and absolutely no prices. And that came from George and Donna. They wanted a shout out, so they're not far from me. Thank you, George and Donna. I hope you're having a great day. Just thought I'd share a video I took at the local Walmart in Middleton, New York. It's about 1 hour outside of New York City. I counted 70 containers. Those would be the storage containers, the shipping containers in the parking lot. 70. That means they definitely have a huge amount of surplus material they need to sell. Here's a quick update from Southwest Ohio. The local grocery store was incredible bare with many aisles. In many aisles. Nearly every aisle I went down had at least one patch of shelving that was empty. It's strange to see all this. I also heard a person talking about they're getting ready to remodel the store and they're going to go down from 28 checkout lanes to just 8. So more and more stores are remodeling, getting rid of the cashiers and bringing in the point of sales where you actually have to do it, the self-checkout. This is a grain truck driver in the Washington State area. The wheat has taken a big hit because of the extreme rain and washout this early summer, and now the hot weather. The wheat is unseasonably green. The yield is about half of what it is normally. He says no amount of fiat currency is going to fix this problem. Stock up and prepare your gardens. It's going to be a biblical road warrior, Mad Max kind of thing. Just keep up the videos. We appreciate it. Keep your powder dry and your head on a swivel. So what he's seeing in his area is definitely a bad wheat harvest, a wheat crop. It's weird. Some areas are great and some areas are terrible. This person says they get automatic shipments from Chewy every month. The dry cat food and the large case of cat food are twice the price. The smaller boxes are up about $5 each. This person's a Vietnam veteran. He says I'm 100%, so maybe he's 100% disabled, but it doesn't really matter. I was due to have cataract surgery this morning at the American Lake VA in Washington. It was called off yesterday due to a shortage of O2 in the operating room. Rescheduled for 6 weeks out. I'm slowly going blind. I can't drive at night anymore. I'm a survivor and will wait patiently. Thank you for your daily briefing. SHTF is coming. A lot of people are going to be hurting. A lot of people are going to be hungry. So, medical in the United States is definitely becoming a second world situation. We are no longer the top medical provider in the world. I sent this a few days ago. Since I sent the previous email, I've received another electric bill. My bill has increased 4% in 1 month. It had increased 35% actually since July of 2020. What are people going to do this winter? Spoke at a nurse at a local health department. They're cutting funds on WIC for fresh fruits and produce because they're not going to get any extra funding from the COVID relief. They said they got letters starting at the end of September that baby formula shortages should be slowing down. So hopefully they'll get a grasp of the shortages and get stuff back on the shelves. The last time I went to our local Walmart, I noticed that it looked like the rows in the grocery sections were wider. Today I stopped in and got to talk to an employee and asked if Walmart has taken shelves out and widened the aisle. She said yes. Then I said, so there's less food in the store? And she said yes. Then she told me that something strange was going on at Walmart, but she didn't know what it was. A couple rows of the grocery section doesn't have food or drinks in them, full of camping and outdoor stuff. Look like they can't fill the shelves even after removing shelving and widening the aisle. The employee also complained about pallets full of goods blocking the walk areas. Last week I overheard one employee complaining about all the overstock. The parking lot has approximately 20 shipping containers. A lot of this stuff is stuff that's seasonal, stuff that was in that ship. So I believe truly when this stuff is all sold out, it's probably all going to be reduced, which I'm seeing some reduced prices. What's going to happen is I think there's nothing behind it. So right now we got a glut of stuff, and I think then we'll go into a shortage of things. Right now we're seeing the shortage of critical things like food, medicine, auto parts, things that keep us running. This person took their Subaru in for repairs of a leaky air conditioner, and also the dash electronics panel totally went out. The AC line took 2 days to get that part. The electronics are the big problem. They need to replace the whole thing, and they're totally unable to get new parts. They're searching all around for used parts. It could take 3 months to locate the parts. I have no backup camera, no radio at all, no CD player, but thankfully the AC, the heat works. So I asked my son to sing to me because you can't imagine how this is going. Yes, no one would really want me to sing to them either. Cross your fingers that your viewers don't get into car trouble. Not a good time to try to get repairs done. So there you go. That's some boots on the ground. The situation is not getting better. I can assure you that. It's getting worse. But you can't control the situation. You can control your attitude, and you can control how you prep and how you put stuff back to take care of your family. So don't worry about what's going on outside your doors. Worry about trying to put stuff back, trying to help your family get on a pathway that you're going to be okay. We don't know what the future holds, so just keep prepping and just pray for our country. Thanks for watching.